Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. My name is Agork. Today have I got a good video for you today. I know I say this every time, right? But this one, I swear to you, this one is good. Okay, so obviously I'm a little bit hyped right now. I've just completed this run. I'm recording the audio afterwards, and this went really well, way better than I was expecting. And this is kind of the penultimate speed run that I can possibly come up with. And I finally got it down. I actually finished this way quicker than I was expecting. It didn't go at all how I had planned, but I'll explain that later on in the video. We're running on the same seed that I've been using in my last few videos. I've been tweaking my runs over and over and over again, and this is the final result. I think I'm done with this seed and with this category for now until somebody beats my time. And then, of course, I'll take the challenge to try and beat them again. That's kind of the fun thing with this. I have a good competition going with Speedy Deep. And Speedy, I know you're watching this, so suck it. Just kidding, just kidding. No, honestly, it's been a lot of fun. We've got a good banter going back and forth. We've got some good competition going back and forth. We're helping each other out with tips and tricks and glitches and whatnot. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. If you want to see more speed runs, go check out Speedy Deep's YouTube channel. Subscribe to him. He's got some really cool stuff too. He does some really weird stuff with flying in a raft and building bridges across islands and things like that. So check him out. He's got some good videos too. All right. So I think after this speed run though, I think I'm going to try another category. After my last video, they added new categories to speedrun.com for Stranded Deep. And there's now glitchless categories, there's now hard categories, and they had already added raftless. So those categories all combined, you kind of have glitch or glitchless, raft or raftless, normal or hard, and what else is there? Oh, and random seed or set seed. So there's 4 actually parameters there that you can mix and match. So it gives you lots of different options of ways that you can do speedruns now for Stranded Deep. And I only have speedruns in 2, maybe 3 of the categories, I think. I'm not even sure, really. But anyways, there's more categories for me to try now, and I'll be trying some various combinations. For those of you who don't like seeing me use the speed glitch, I will be doing a glitchless run as well, maybe on normal, maybe on hard, maybe random seed, though that one kind of is probably going to be the last thing I do because it's going to be so hard to do a random seed glitchless with a raft type of thing. It's going to be like, oh my God. It's going to literally take 4 hours to do it because you're going to have this big world with, 46 islands, 3 boss fights, and an aircraft carrier, and you won't have any clue where any of them are other than your start island. So you're going to have to map it all out as you play. You can't refer to the cartographer. You don't have a map. That's going to be a nightmare, an absolute freaking nightmare. And I do not really want to do that. But Speedy Deep is kind of challenging me to do one. But I've basically said to him, you know, I'll let you do that first. And if you can do one, maybe I'll learn by how you did it and I'll try it. But honestly, I don't want to put in the 4 hours for one run, which could go wrong at any time and you have to start all over again. So yeah, I don't really want to put in that time commitment at this time. So I'm probably going to tackle some of the other categories. So anyways, enough babbling for now. In the background, you can see the video, and I'll start commenting on the actual gameplay right after this. So anyways, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. It keeps me motivated to keep doing this stuff. And let's get right into the speed run. Okay, so this is obviously a set seed, glitch allowed speed run. I'm using the player control speed glitch, and I have played the same seed many times, optimizing it to get to this final run here. Now, I hesitated a little bit there because I somehow managed to craft an axe before a refined knife, and I have always crafted a refined knife first. So I was kind of like, oh, I can actually craft an axe. So that was kind of cool. So that was kind of an interesting start. Kind of threw me off a little bit. This was the first time I tried this general technique that I'm doing here, where I've swam over to a couple of wrecks, got a couple of crates, emptied them while I was still out on the other side of the island. I usually wait until I'm on this side of the island. And I'm just organizing stuff here. But basically what I've gotten it down to is that I need about 5 or 6, maybe 7 crates, depending on how cramped I want to be. You can see that crate went flying there. Let's say 6 or 7 crates on my start island. And I basically have 1 crate full of sticks, 1 crate full of spears, 1 crate for my main items that I'll need for fuel, 1 for food, 1 for coconuts, and then 1 for miscellaneous, basically. So here I'm just kind of grabbing where I know that there are crates that are easily accessible, and I'm basically going to reassess how things are going after I've looted this part of the shipwreck. And I know that there's a ton more crates still in this wreck that I can pick up if I decide that I need them. But for now, I'm just trying to pick up the items that I need out of the lockers and whatnot. And there's my first fuel can, which is great. Using the air tank so I don't drown. Keep getting stuck on things though, which is not great, but it happens. And then it's basically emptying these crates here so that I can use them for my stuff. So I have to get rid of everything that's in here. I've got 1 crate here that I'm going to already designate as my fuel and fuel still items crate. So it's got my jerry cans, my planks, 4 lashings, and that's where the potatoes will go. Taking an air tank with me out to the wreck. Quickly go through all of the stuff here and grab what I need. Another fuel can, more planks, another fuel can. This was just crazy. This run, I had so many fuel cans. It was just nuts. Usually you're struggling to get enough fuel cans, and here I already have them. And I end up finding more too, and I end up chucking them out, which is just nuts. Yeah, you see that one, I didn't even really need that one there, I don't think. And there's another one. It's like, okay, I've got so many fuel cans now, it's crazy. Okay, so that should be all I need to do with the wrecks. I don't even need to check the upper structure of the tanker because I already have all the fuel cans I need. I already have the planks that I need. See, I'm going to have to chuck the plank out here too. I've got 5. I only need 4. I have some leather already. I've already got some on the beach there, so I've got enough leather for my refined axe, for a pickaxe, and for a refined spear. So I'm pretty much good to go here. Now it's just a matter of getting everything done, getting my crafting level up quickly enough. That's why I make a couple of spears there. Hoping that I can make my refined axe, but I'm not quite leveled up enough, I don't think. So take a couple of stone tools with me. Accidentally grabbed the air tank there. But I took the leather and the stone tools with me because I know that I can upgrade my axe shortly. Just have to craft probably one more thing. The crafting levels go up pretty quickly in the beginning here, which is nice. There we go. And now I can build my refined axe. And now I'm ready to collect my sticks, spears, and coconuts. So I need some empty crates to put those in. So back to my pile here. Start to empty these. And I've got a mishmash of stuff that I can use and stuff that I can't use. So I've got 2 empty crates here. Just dump the useless stuff off to the side where it's out of the way. And again, throwing away a plank because I already have as many as I need. And again, just got to empty out one of these. Now, I could have kept the lantern, but don't really need it. I'm not doing too much in the dark anymore. I tend to sleep through the entire night, so the lanterns are a luxury item, but I don't really need them. Okay, so I've got 3 empty crates and I've got my refined axe. So now it's into the center of the island. I want to collect sticks, spears, and coconuts. And that's all I'm going to be doing for the next little while here. And it's just a matter of keeping count of how many you have. And I think I actually end up making 1 too many spears here, but you know, 1 is not really going to kill me, so not really a big deal. And I always end up losing sticks into that bush there, so I try to make a couple of spears. I don't know whether it actually used those sticks or not, but hopefully it did, but it doesn't really matter. There's plenty of sticks on this island. And again, I think I mentioned this in my last video. Doing this on my start island is really good because the ficus trees are easy to chop down. They only take 3 hits of a refined axe, and you get 4 sticks out of it, which is fantastic. If you wait till you get to a big island, you have to knock down either palm trees, which take way more hits, or you have to knock down the young pine trees, which take actually more hits than a ficus tree and provide fewer sticks. So it's really efficient to do it this way with the ficus trees. So there, yep, I've crafted 1 too many spears. So I just drop it. I don't really want it. I don't need it. So I get rid of it and chop down some more trees, get some more sticks. And the reason you may be asking, why do you need so many sticks? This is for the final island. This is for building the fuel stills. I'm already collecting the sticks that I need for the fuel stills. And this is something I know that Speedy DP mentioned to me in a comment that he doesn't like to do that. He likes to get all his spears and things done to kill the bosses and then collect all the stuff for the fuel stills and whatnot. But just because of the way this seed is laid out and whatnot, I decided to do it this way. And it worked out really well. So that may be something to consider there, Speedy. I mean, it's so cool. We're learning from each other. We each have a different way of doing things. And I've learned tons of things from him. I believe he's learned a bunch from me as well. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of having these competitions, is to make it better and better for people to learn how to do speed runs. And yeah, it's been really, really good. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a bunch of coconuts. I need 10 to make my 10 drinks of water, and probably an extra 1 or 2 for breath boost. And here I actually get stuck on the branch there a little bit. Depending on how many rations I have, I may collect a couple more coconuts for food as well. Because, as mentioned before, you do need 10 drinks of water, 10 pieces of food, and 2 fuel cans full of fuel in order to escape. You also have to defeat all 3 of the bosses to unlock the airplane parts that you use to repair the airplane. Okay, so here, now that I've got my coconuts, I've got my sticks, and I've got my spears, I'm now going to chop down a palm tree, take the palm bunch and the log, as well as the coconut, and I'm going to take them with me to the next island. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to be prepared so that I can build my shelter as soon as I get to the other island, or shortly thereafter. Simply because previously I'd been sleeping on this island and then heading off in the morning, but because I've optimized this enough, I don't even need to be here as long anymore. And I'm going to get off this island quite quickly, and I'll have plenty of time to get to the next island and build a shelter there. And again, here I'm just dumping everything out that I don't need. I can build my pickaxe already. I decided to grab a couple of more stone tools. The leather that I still have left over, I can turn those and the stone tools into refined spears. Got a couple of crude spears on the ground there, which is perfect. Allows me to kill any giant crabs and maybe even the giant boar quite quickly when I come to the next island, because I know it's a big island that has those. So this is fantastic. I just labeled this one stuff. It's kind of like miscellaneous. This one is my coconuts, nuggets. Didn't mean to put the J in there, but hey, it got there, so too late to remove it. Don't have time to backspace. It's a speed run after all. And that one's just kind of miscellaneous stuff as well. That's where my food is going to go. Decided that I'm going to take the extra crate there because I do have a few more things, you know, just a few extra miscellaneous things that I can put in there. My tools, for example, the label maker. And I hadn't planned on doing this, but I ended up doing it anyways, and it was fine. It saved me some time. And I take the one's empty, so I take the full one, and I'm going to use that at the boss fight. And we're off 13 minutes in, which is probably 3 minutes better than I was in my current speed record, which is crazy good. And like I say, I got everything so quickly that I didn't even need to go through the upper structure of the whole cabin area, really, of the tanker, which, you know, has several rooms with lockers and whatnot. So who knows what I could have found in there, probably more leather, more lashings and stuff, but I didn't really need it. So just get the heck out of there, head to the next island, kill the giant crabs real quickly. It's great they spawn right on the beach here, facing the wrong way, so I can just walk right up behind them and poke them until they die. So that's really great. I know that I'm going to need 6 rocks for my fuel stills. And I believe I already turned the ones that I had into stone tools, so I've got the rocks here. There's exactly 6. Grab the items I need for the shelter. Sun's just going down now, which is perfect timing. Those sticks almost went flying. No shelter. Sleep for the night. It's a little bit dark, so I can't really do an awful lot here when it's dark. I'm just making sure I have everything that I need. I got coconuts, I got lashings. Turning these into coconut flasks. These are my drinks of water that I'll need to escape. Might as well do this while I have the lashings and the coconuts available and it's a bit dark to do anything else. You see I've already got 6 of them converted into coconut flasks. Put the rocks in there. I'll need those for the fuel still. Decided to check this crate. It's still too dark to go into the island there, so I go back and check that crate, and luckily enough there was a lantern right there, which was great. I know the boar is off to the left there somewhere, so I decided to go over to the right just so that hopefully he won't get triggered. And I need more lashings to complete my coconut flasks. Now, typically what I would do here is collect all the loose sticks as well, but I found that I would end up at the boss fight with just too many items, like too many spears. So I couldn't use them all. I'd always end up with like an extra crate full of spears that I didn't actually need. So here I decided not to collect all the sticks and just go with the sticks that I have in the one crate. I think I just need the one more lashing at this point. Or maybe two. There's the third potato. I've got all 3 potatoes from this island. I've got the lashings that I need to complete my coconut flasks. I already have sticks. I already have pretty much everything that I need to get onto the next island. Or to the boss fight. So I have 1 extra coconut flask there, so I decided to take it out and see if I can make a breath boost. Because I know that there are ajugas here. And then I get surprised by the giant boar. He comes after me, so I decided to whack him a few times. And I had trouble hitting him here. I don't know, the spears were blocking my hits or something. I don't know, but do end up killing him. But I did take a bit of damage. No big deal, really. Decided to take a ration just to get my food and water up, so I'll start healing again. And put the potatoes in with the fuel. And again, back to the ajuga so I can make my breath boost. There we go, we've got our breath boost. Checking that I have everything that I need to build the fuel stills, and I pretty much do, except for the clay. And not quite sure what I was doing here. Realized that I need the clay and grab my pickaxe. I know where the clay node is, so I go straight for it. Decided to check this for leather, but I end up getting a lashing and a air tank, which is fine because I can end up using the air tank at one of the boss fights, I believe. And I think I took 1 too many pieces of clay here. Yep, I did. I only needed 4. I don't know why I took 5. I think I just lost my concentration for a moment. And then it's basically just over to the crate, put it in there, get rid of the extra one, get rid of the pickaxe, no longer need it. Didn't mean to drop that, so I pick it up again, drop the lantern, grab the air tank. Got an empty crate called stuff. I've only got 1 bandage, so I grab a couple of cloths here. I do have a lashing on me. Forgot which crate that was in, so I put that in there. And we're off to the first boss fight. 22 minutes in, which again is a couple of minutes ahead of my record pace. survived 1 day. So far it's going according to plan. Optimized a few things to get the time down to 22 minutes at this point. And yeah, this goes well up to this point. And then we take on the great abia here, the giant eel. That extra coconut flask always throws me off now. I don't know why they added that in there, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. And I'm looking for bandages, grab those, grab the air tank, and we're in and ready to fight the great abia. So here what I do with my speed sprint, the way that it works, is that I can sprint fairly quickly with the glitch without using the sprint button. But as soon as I hit sprint, then I go even faster. So if I use the sprint button, then I end up swimming past the eel and overtaking him, and he turns around and I lose him and stuff. So I have to just kind of sprint, but not using the sprint button, if that makes any sense. Or use the speed glitch, but not the sprint speed glitch. I know, that probably is confusing, but anyways, I can basically keep up with him, swim as fast as he can, and just keep on poking him again and again and again. And he's dead. Quick and efficient, one spear. Grab all my stuff. And we're off to the next island. Okay, so this next island, this is where I do things a little bit differently than what I have been doing. Previously, I set up on this island, I set up my fuel stills, I gathered the potatoes, and I cooked the fuel overnight on this island. But what I decided to do here, because things were going so well, and because I had slept the night on the second island instead of the first island, I was a little bit ahead of schedule. So, and I still had all the stuff that I needed. And again, I'm just checking my inventory to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything, that I do have all the food, the water, the sticks, the planks, everything that I need. And I do, so it's quickly, basically just a matter of take out the spears, kill this one giant crab that's right here and getting in my way. And he's facing the wrong way, stuck against the rock, so he's no problem to kill. He goes flying off. And then the giant boar comes. I've got my refined spears. Careful not to throw them into the rocks when he's dodging around there. 3 spears into the head. Grab my refined axe and a couple of whacks of that, and he's dead. So now all I need to do here basically is gather the 3 potatoes. Maybe a lashing. I think I grabbed 1 lashing or 2. Eat the fruit if I can. Just make sure my health is completely up. And again, ignoring all the sticks on the ground, don't need them. I was using too much time gathering all the sticks and loose things on the ground, which I really didn't need. So there's 2. Trying to figure out where the 3rd potato was. There we go. 3 potatoes. Chop down the yucca tree. I need 1 lashing. I make 2 because I had extra fibrous leaves on me. And I'm going to take the small palm tree. I usually take the big one and turn it into spears, but I decided again here that I didn't need the extra spears. So I just take the small palm. Again, chop the top off. I need the top, I need the trunk, and I need a lashing, which I have on me. But I decided to take another, get 1 extra lashing just to be on the safe side. And because I don't have very many rations here, I decided to grab some extra coconuts to make sure that I do have enough food when I escape. because you do need 10 items of food, and a coconut counts as 2 because you can break it into 2 halves. So I grabbed the extra coconuts, knowing now that I do have enough rations and coconuts to make up the 10 food items. Potatoes go in there. I do have everything I need there. I've got all the sticks I need. I've got all the rocks that I need. Got the clay. 4 pieces of coconut there. That'll give me my 8 pieces of food or whatever. Make sure I do have extra lashings there just in case. And I've got a whole empty crate here, which I can just put my excess stuff in, I guess. So I decided here I'm done. I'm going to head off to the aircraft carrier. And my plan here was to leave this island quickly as I could, set up the fuel stills on the aircraft carrier, sleep the night, and then go kill the bosses. But it didn't turn out that way. And you'll see why in a minute here. I look at my watch and it's only 1 in the afternoon. I'm like, oh my god, if I build the fuel stills now, I'm going to have forever. So I decide I'm going to actually take my spears and go kill the first boss. Might as well get that done, come back, spend the night cooking the fuel, and then kill the second boss if I need to the next day. I realized I was going to take the wood with me, but the wood is actually for the fuel still, so I can't actually take that with me. Turning the last 2 pieces of wood into spears, and I'm going to turn this wood pile into a bunch of spears as well. So at this point, I'm not thinking I even have time to kill both bosses today. But it turns out that I actually do. So I'm going to go actually kill both bosses now and then come back, spend the night on the island cooking the fuel, and then escaping in the morning. And that's what really made this run amazing. This is like day 2, and I'm basically going to be completely done on day 2. And while sleeping overnight into day 3, morning of day 3, I escape, which is just crazy. So yeah, here I am on my way to the Megalodon and thinking that, okay, I have time to kill the Megalodon and get back to the island before it gets dark, cook the fuel, sleep the night, and go take on the squid. But, you know, things don't always go as planned. It actually worked out better. Just swam past a shark. I don't know what that was. Could have been a goblin or a great white. I have no idea. Went by too fast. And it's kind of the same thing here with the Meg. I use the speed glitch, but I don't sprint. This is a better way to describe it. Basically just trying to keep pace with him, and every time he puts on a little burst of speed, then I'll put on a little burst of speed to try and catch up to him, and try and just basically harass him from behind and just keep poking him. And again, this is something that takes a lot of practice. I've been doing this now for quite a while, so I'm getting pretty good at it. A lot of times I was swimming past him because I was sprinting too fast, and then he would turn around and be kind of quite a ways away, and then I'd have to sprint just to catch up to him again. So there's a fine line between sprinting too far or too fast and not sprinting enough. So here I see the sun is still up in the sky. I'm going to go straight for the giant squid, and to heck with it. Let's get this done today. Now at this point, I have absolutely no idea what my time is either. I just know that, okay, this is crazy. I'm actually going to kill this squid before dark. And if I can cook the potatoes tonight, this is going to be an amazing time. And it does turn out to be exactly that. So yeah, this run really, really went better than I expected. Even though I had planned some of the adjustments and fine-tuned it a little bit, it went better than I expected. And even if it got dark here, the squid is actually the only boss that you can really take on at night, because this buoy here has a light on top of it that lights up the entire area quite nicely. I don't need that in this case because I get him killed before it gets too dark, but in case you do ever come out here at night, there is a brief period between sunset and before the light comes on that you can't really see too much, but it's only about a minute or something, and then the light comes on and then you can see the squid quite well. So just don't die during that 1 minute. They really should fix this glitch with the squid just going around in circles like this. It's kind of stupid, but you know, as a speedrunner, you know, you take advantage of it, but I feel kind of bad doing it this way. It's like, okay, this isn't really a fair fight. But then again, fighting the squid is never really a fair fight, even when you do it up on a raft, because the guy is just, he's got those long freaking tentacles, man. Had to take advantage there. I didn't want to die, obviously. Had to surface a little bit there. Can't see when it's getting dark. My air tank was empty, so I couldn't actually use it to get a breath of air, unfortunately. He's almost dead, so I just decided to whack him. And he is dead. And it's still light out. I can still get back to the carrier. Set up my fuel stills. Build a shelter to sleep through the night. And we're good to go. So this was an interesting strategy. This is the first time that I've done it this way. I swim right over top of a whale here. That was kind of funny. This is the first time that I've ever done it where I've basically prepared for the next island. When I'm on an island, I chop down a tree and take the palm fronds, or the palm bunch actually, and a log, and a lashing to the next island so that I already have the items I need to build a shelter. And here I have to wait for the things to render in because the crates are empty until it finishes rendering in. So here I am building my 2 fuel stills. Need the rocks for the fire pits. Need the clay. Trying to remember where the clay is. Don't know where the clay is. There we go. 2 fuel stills. I was basically at this point waiting for something to go wrong, like, oh, I've forgotten this, or oops, I've forgotten that, because that happens so many times. You get to the final island and it's like, oh, I forgot this, or I forgot that. And it's kind of the same thing here. I'm cooking everything up and then I'm thinking, okay, do I even have enough coconuts? Do I have enough food? I've got the water. Last run I did, I had the 10 drinks of coconut water with me, and I got to the carrier deck and I went to put the coconut water into the water container, and one of the water, what do you call them? One of the coconut flasks was empty. So I only had 9. It was like, oh no. Luckily though, I had an extra coconut in my food crate, which I didn't need to use for food, but I didn't have a lashing, so I had to run down to the island here, grab 4 fibrous leaves and make a lashing so that I could make a coconut flask. But it worked. It took a little bit extra time, but it worked. And here I kind of learned from that lesson, made sure that I did have a couple of extra lashings, a couple of extra coconuts. Don't know why I took the bandage there. I didn't really need to. Realized that. Drop it again. So there's my fuel. I've got some food. I've got a crate of water. And we're ready to go. And here I'm just making sure that I actually jump over the gap and don't fall in like I've done so many times before. And this was actually pretty good on the stairs. Nice and smooth. I don't know why the smoker is pinned in the top left corner there. I don't remember doing that. I must have actually misclicked something in order to get that to happen. So I've got my 3 rations. So I need 4 coconuts, 3.5 really. Look at my own food and health. I do actually need some food and water, so I'm going to drink 2 of these. It doesn't really matter for escaping as long as you're not starving or anything, or dying or have dehydration. Water, 2 cans of fuel, craft some airplane parts, .41 minutes on the in-game clock, and we're pretty much ready to go. Just waiting for the game to allow me to leave. Getting a little bit impatient. And go. So yeah, now we just have to sit through the escape scene here, which, you know, takes about 3 minutes, and we'll be done. I was really happy with this run. Everything went well, actually better than I had planned. First time that I actually got it done in 2 days, really. Basically cooking my fuel on night number 2, which was great. And yeah, I mean, sure, if you look at it and analyze it from top to bottom, there's probably a few spots there where, you know, I hesitated on one thing or couldn't find something in a crate or whatever. But, I mean, that happens in every run. You just can't keep track of everything at all times. It's so easy for things to happen that you lose a little bit of time here and there. But this was obviously with the time that's going to be, will display on the screen when I'm done. When the logo comes up at the end, that'll be the end of the speed run. The timer will stop, and you'll see what my time was. And yeah, I mean, this is clearly better than I've ever done before. This is like a good 5 or 6 minutes better than my current best time. So crazy. And that's not even posted, that one that I beat. I think the best one I have posted anywhere is 54 minutes. So this one is about 9 minutes faster, which is crazy. Actually 10 minutes faster, which is even crazier. And yeah, like, can I get this down lower than this? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But like I say, I'm pretty much done now with doing the glitch, speed run, fixed seed, set seed, whatever you want to call it. I need to try some random seeds or some glitchless or on hard or something like that, just to make this a little bit more difficult and more challenging, and see what I can get. And now we just wait for the final scene. And yeah, I'll just end it off here and say you can watch the rest of this. Please do watch the rest of this so you can see the final time. Do leave a like. Comment down below if you could see anywhere where I could save some time. If you have a really good seed that is laid out in a way that you could basically go from island to island to island, or island to boss in a straight line without having to backtrack or having any long sections of open ocean that you have to, swim across or whatever. If you have any really great seeds, let me know in the comments down below. I'm still looking for the perfect seed, and I haven't found it yet. This particular one here is pretty darn good, but it does have a pretty long swim early on, and I'm sure there are better seeds out there. So if you have one, let me know, and I'll check it out. And if I use it, I'll give you a shout out in my video. And there we go, final scene, time on the screen. Under 45 minutes. Absolutely insane. Never thought I could get it this quick. Absolutely insane. Crazy, crazy, crazy. As the credits roll here, I'll stop it and look at the in-game clock. I always do this. 42 minutes on the in-game clock. That's absolutely amazing. There's always about a 2.5 minute discrepancy between the in-game clock and the actual time. Because I don't think they include that entire end scene in the time, but whatever. There you go. Glitch, speed run, fixed seed or set seed. I don't think I can do any better than this. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. We'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.